Hello, everyone. Okay, picture yourself. You are tired and exhausted and overwhelmed. You haven't had a moment to yourself in weeks, and you are packed. You have thrown in some comfortable clothes, a swimsuit, your tennis shoes, your most favorite pajamas, and you are on your way to Scottsdale for an amazing weekend. You're going to arrive at the resort. You're going to be totally taken care of. You're going to have your own beautiful room at the base of Camelback Mountain. You're going to be steps away from a 5-star spa, and you're going to be entering a welcoming community of like-minded women who are going to accept you just as you are. You're going to hear phenomenal speakers. You're going to connect with other people. You're going to get strategies to change your life and to align your life with your priorities so that when you go home in 3 days, you're better than when you came. When you go home, you're also rested because every afternoon you get to decide what to do. You have hours of free time to lay by the pool, to lay in a cabana, to order room service, to take a nap, to go to the spa, to go shopping, to hike, whatever it is that your heart needs. And the best part, you're going to go home with continuing medical education credit. Yes, please sign up now, right? This is what I want you to look forward to at the end of September at the Brave Enough Women CME conference. I want you to go to braveenoughconference.com and sign up. What are you waiting for? Buy a registration now. Don't wait, ladies. It's going to sell out. It does every year. We want to see you there. I want to see you there. I want to personally meet you and have you come up to me and say, hey, I need this conference. And the beautiful thing is you don't have to be anything. You just have to show up exactly as you are. Okay. I'm super excited because this podcast season, we are talking all about a new topic that I just really felt we needed to take on. And that is a brave leap, taking risks to redefine success. I know so many women that I coach, women that I meet at work, women that are in my social circles, women that I know from all over the country. It doesn't matter what area that you're in, who are longing and craving for change. They want something different. They feel stuck. They feel limited. They feel tired. They feel exhausted. And oftentimes, what they need, they know. Okay. Most women kind of have figured out what they need to stop doing or start doing to live healthier, to live more aligned in their life. Yet often what stops us from doing it is energy. It's just having the energy and the time to sit down and kind of strategize and think through, what do I want my next year to be? And how do I want it to look different? What do I want my life to be? What is my purpose here? What is my why? I would gander that if I gave you, a weekend to really think about it, you would probably come out of that weekend with some answers. Even if I didn't give you anything but a piece of paper and a pen, you would probably come out of a weekend spending time alone with some answers and a list of things like, I need to stop doing these things. I need to make these changes. So often I don't think it's a lack of knowledge. I think the vast majority of women know what they need. We are very smart and capable of figuring that out. What we don't have, what we lack is two things: time, right? Time to sit and think it through, time to strategize, and courage. Okay. And with courage, really what I'm talking about is community, because it's really hard to figure out where you need to go in life alone. I think we all kind of know what we want for ourselves, but how we're going to get there oftentimes is murky, is dark, and other women oftentimes can just bring a little light, shine a path, give us a little courage, give us a reality check. Sometimes what's holding us back from taking steps towards what we know we need to change in our life and really redefining success for ourselves, like defining it, what it looks like for us, we just lack that courage to do it. We lack that you can do this. We lack the permission. So what I want to talk about this whole season, this next 10 episodes, is going to be about taking risks, taking brave leaps. And today, I want to talk about being bold and giving ourselves permission to be bold and what boldness really means. Okay, let's just jump right into this. I'm so excited about it. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is how playing small doesn't serve you. Okay. And what do I mean by playing small? I mean by shrinking. I mean shrinking like when you are around a table full of people and you have an answer or you have an idea and you start getting nervous and you just think, I'm not going to speak up. I'm not going to share. I'm not going to step out of my comfort zone. I don't want to sound arrogant. I don't want to sound like a know it all. I don't want to sound like I know what I'm doing. Actually, we need you to do that. Playing small and making yourself small in a room or in a space or even online, anywhere does not serve us, ladies. It doesn't serve you. Even if the people in the room don't appreciate, can't see, or don't agree with what you say, you will be respected and you will level up by speaking up. You will also, we know this to be true from science, gain confidence by taking those small, brave steps forward and speaking up and finding our voice. We're often socialized to be so humble and agreeable and accommodate, but the world needs us, right? It's not just about being bold for our own personal growth. I want to make sure that I stress that. Everyone else is watching. Everyone else is watching. I recently gave a talk to a group of people that I didn't even know who was on Zoom or who was listening, honestly, because I was doing it a hybrid talk. So I had no idea who was on Zoom. When oftentimes, when you're giving a talk on Zoom, you can't really be monitoring the chat or see the chat. You don't even know who is there. And certainly I didn't because I was talking and I was standing in front of the stage and it was a hybrid, as I said, talk. So I was just chatting. And about 24 hours after my talk, I got an email from someone that is very well known that I've known of. I don't know this person for a very long time, years and years, and respected greatly. And this person reached out and said, "Hey, can I chat with you? I was at your talk or I heard it online, and I really have some issues that I want to step through and walk through. And I think you are someone that can just objectively speak truth to me." I was blown away because I thought, wow, if I hadn't stepped forward and done this talk, I wouldn't have the opportunity to connect with this person who I have deep respect for. And I didn't even realize that someone like this person would want to ever talk to me. So two things happened from me taking action and speaking and just speaking my truth at this Zoom and at this hybrid meeting. Number one, I gained confidence because the reflection back to me of this human being who's amazing, reaching out and saying, "Hey, I have an issue. Do you have 20 minutes to chat with me?" That made me level up in my own mind and gave me confidence. And I thought, this person is not wrong. Like, I do have something to offer. I do have wisdom on this topic. I am an expert in this specific area. Why would I think that I'm not? Right? So it helped me, but it also allowed me to make a connection and help another human being. When you step forward, you're not just being bold for you. You're being bold for every woman, every person coming behind you and watching behind you. And it's so important that we do that. The second thing that I think is so important to show here and to take up space is number one, risk is inevitable. Okay. Risk is coming to you whether you accept it or not. I know a lot of women who are miserable in jobs and stay in jobs because they collect a paycheck. They are the breadwinners for their family and they provide for people and they're miserable in their jobs. They literally would quit their job tomorrow if it wasn't for their paycheck. And not like, okay, everybody, of course, would quit their job tomorrow if they won the lottery. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like they really don't love what they're doing. They would rather be doing something else. But because of their paycheck, their security, they're really they play it safe. And they're like, well, I'm just going to do this for 10 more years till I retire. And I think 10 more years. Oh, Lord, I can't do something for 10 years if I was miserable. I would maybe make it a year. Okay. So I want to say that because I also know the same number of women who thought everything was going great in their job and they just rubbed the wrong person the wrong way. And it doesn't matter if they're a chair, a chief, a medical director. It doesn't matter that they've been shown institutional loyalty or loyalty to a boss or a person for 1 decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. They have lost their jobs. Someone decides that they don't want them there anymore. And guess what? They're gone. So I say that because risk is inevitable. It's coming whether you decide to take a risk and you put yourself out there and play big, or whether you play small. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen to your institutional structure, your leadership structure. Part of that's just life. We assume risk all the time. But if you're really playing safe and you're miserable, what are you doing? I'm just going to say it. What are you doing? Like, you don't realize that waiting to speak up or staying in an unfulfilling role, waiting for the perfect time, you want to be a bold woman who takes intentional risks. What do I mean by that? I want you to take that intentional risk. I want you to say, you know what? This job, this other role is a gamble. I'm going for it. This business opportunity is a gamble, is a risk, but I'm intentionally going to take it because I believe in myself and I'm going to put myself out there. Don't wait for permission. Instead, create momentum. Okay. I love, love, love that. The next third thing that I want to mention is your boldness gives others permission to rise. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you how many times this has happened to me personally. And I don't say it, I'm not saying this to brag or be arrogant. I am telling you that through my podcast, through my books, through my conference especially, and my retreats and my classes, I get to share with women how I've taken courageous and bold moves. I also share when I make mistakes, by the way, all the time. Y'all know that on this podcast. And doing that, I probably get 10 to 20 to 30 messages, emails. I just got 2 in the last month that say, because I heard you say this and share this, I did this. I left this toxic place. I started a business. I went for a promotion and got it. I went up for promotion to associate or professor and I was awarded it. I put my name in the hat for an award and I got it. I decided to open up my own practice. I decided to open up my own business. I launched a website. I started a podcast of my own. I started a website or a blog. Do you know what that means to me? It means the world to me. I get choked up thinking about it because I think, gosh, like my courage in starting Brave Enough has led to other women to be courageous and start what they're doing, what they want to do, which is only going to lead other women I've never met to start what they want to do. It is contagious. Boldness is contagious, and we give permission to other people to ask for what they're worth, other women to start a business, other women to say, this no longer serves me. I'm walking away. How incredibly powerful is that? It's phenomenal, right? It's incredible. I want to be a woman that leaves her mark on earth by saying, this is what I did to help others. And part of that is helping women be bold and take up space and take risks. I hear this all the time. I see people saying, oh, do you know this person left this group and now she's going over here? I can't believe it. She's been there 20 or 30 years. And I think, good for her. Like, for someone to leave an institution after 15, 20 years, that's courage. That just takes courage. For someone to step down out of a leadership position that they've been in for years and years and years, that's comfortable for them, that takes courage. For someone to say, I'm going to go part-time. I don't want to subscribe to the status quo. That takes courage. I don't care whatever it is. I want you to be bold and I want you to take risk. And we're going to be talking all about that this season. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is a little uncomfortable. So get ready. Comfort is the enemy of purpose. I'm going to say that again. Comfort is the enemy of purpose. Staying comfortable means staying small. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish that being courageous and making big moves and doing what it is that you want to do, which I always say the bravest thing you can do is just show up every day as yourself. Doing that as a woman, period, is bold. Okay. It's courageous. Comfort, it doesn't help us play big. Comfort is where we are not taking risks. We're not stretching ourselves. We're not putting ourselves out there. We're not speaking up. We're not asking for what we're worth. We're not setting boundaries. You got to get uncomfortable. And a lot of us don't want to do that. I mean, I talk to women all the time that say, my job is burning me out. I need coaching. Great, let's coach. We do our first coaching. Well, these things are really bothering me and stressing me out. And I say, okay, how do we get rid of them? Oh gosh, I would have to have some really uncomfortable conversations I'm not ready or willing to have. And I go, okay, let me know when you are, because you got to get uncomfortable to live the life you need. You got to disappoint some nice people to live the life you want to lead. Truly. It's not comfortable to be big and bold taking risks, but it feels amazing to live the life that you know you were meant to live. So you got to choose your discomfort. So comfort is the enemy. It's the enemy of authenticity. It's the enemy of meaning and impact. And I'm not saying working yourself to a bone. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying subscribe to the hustle culture. I'm saying be prepared to get uncomfortable. Be prepared to go against the status quo. That's uncomfortable, right? When we make big, bold moves. Okay, and here's the last thing. Maybe you're listening and you're like, oh, Sasha, why are you talking to me about this? I don't want to hear about this. You're speaking right to me. And I know that big, bold move I need to take. Maybe it's quitting something. Maybe it's quitting a relationship. Maybe it's setting a boundary with a family member or your boss. Maybe it's putting yourself out there and just going for it, right? Just putting yourself out there and going for it. Whatever it is, and you're so afraid to do it. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to disappoint people. You don't want to disappoint yourself. Well, a lot of times we don't take moves because we fear failure. Failure is data. That's all it is. It's just data collection. Every time you fail, you're just collecting data. Risk does not guarantee success. And taking it certainly doesn't mean that you're going to have success for sure, but it does guarantee learning. It does guarantee learning. Sometimes I look back and I go, what have I failed in this year? And if I say nothing, I know I'm playing it small. If I know that if every single thing I ask for, I get, I'm not asking for the right things. I'm not asking for the big enough, riskiest things. I should be getting no. I should be hearing no. People should be telling me no. That means that I'm stretching myself. I'm putting myself out there. I'm being bold and taking risks. And as women, we are not socialized to do that. We are not socialized to fail. We are not socialized to feel like, okay, we should be proud that we got rejected here. We are so anti-failure as women that we will avoid it at all costs. And I'm here to say we got to blow that up. Are you ready to blow that up with me? I am going to be talking about this at the Brave Enough conference this year. Let me tell you, I'm doing some big things in the next year of my life. Big, bold changes, scary changes, risky changes, things I've never, ever done before. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm stepping forward because I believe in it. I believe in myself. And I don't want to waste the next decade of my life. Y'all know I just turned 50. So I'm really having thoughts about what I want the next decade to look like. And I want it to look different. And it's going to look different because I'm taking risks and I'm putting myself out there. So I hope you loved this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I also want to let you know that I have a few more openings for speaking engagements in the next year. My next year of speaking is being booked up and filled up. However, I do have some openings. So if you are looking for a keynote speaker, I love speaking. I love making whoever hires me very pleased with the delivery. I'm there to please you and your audience. I'm there to deliver and inspire and encourage and make you look good. Because I know how hard it is to find good speakers. And I know how stressful it is when you're putting on an event and you're looking for good speakers. And so I get that because I'm also someone who puts together a program. And my goal is for every person in the audience to walk away learning something and for that hour to just fly by and be like, oh my gosh, I loved every minute of that. So if you're looking for someone to talk about taking bold risks, if you're looking for someone to talk about wellness, or if you're looking for someone to talk about boundaries, y'all know I'm an expert in that, how to set them, how to stay engaged at work, how to really survive the fire when things are burning all around you, please reach out to me. I love speaking to women groups, men and women groups. I speak to a lot of institutions. I can speak corporate, whatever it is, reach out. Email info@becomebraveenough.com. I also have a speaker questionnaire on my website if you're looking for somebody, and I'd love to chat to see if I'm a good fit. Again, go to braveenoughconference.com and sign up for this year's conference. You don't want to miss Scottsdale this September. I want to see you there. Have an amazing, bold day, and don't play small, sis. Get big, get bold, and get out there.